Hey, good afternoon. JV2 action coming up here. It's the Knights and the St. Joe Griffons from Bright Speed Ice Park here in Springfield, Missouri. Jamboree underway. Varsity coming up next as they will take on somebody. I don't even remember. I think it's the Ice Hawks, maybe. All right, warm-ups are over. Kernigan will be in net, I believe, here for the JV2. Russo will be backing him up if there happens to be any issues. Pitched to shutout earlier this morning with JV1. They won 5-0. Pontius will be in net for the St. Joe Griffons. Oh, they do have a second goalie. Okay, Sullivan will be backing up Pontius. I believe Pontius will be starting. Yep, they're heading that way. All right. Pontius off to our left. Camera? Can. All right, let's see who we got in here. Barnes, Sloan, and who's on that far side? Austin, I believe. Olery and Becker here on the defense. Officials finishing up some last-minute stuff there. All right, and here we go. First action at JV2 underway. Faceoff comes over to Austin. He'll send it over near side. Sloan will grab it. Has his pocket picked there by the Griffons. Right back out to center ice. Bounces into Becker in the night zone. Sends it up the wall. Arms in the air. We're going to get an icing here to start off. Nope, they're going to wave it off. And now we're going to get a delayed offsides. Austin will peel back over here, waiting on Sloan. Now our Knights are on side. And here comes St. Joe. That'll be Sullivan right up the gut. Heads off to the left. Round Becker. Sneaks in, centers it up front. Poked away by the Knights. Sullivan backhands it to Johnson. Johnson with a shot right off the glove of Kernigan. Thought it was going to slide in the backside of the net, but it didn't. Out to center ice. Now almost stolen there by Sloan. Backhanded up the boards. Olery will get it. Now has to wait on Sloan to get back on side, so he'll trickle it backwards towards Becker. Knights with some line changing going on here. Pushed up ahead. This will be Lefevre. Lefevre up the left, back to the middle. Oh, lost the puck. Morrow's in there also. Here come the Griffons the other way. They're going to get offsides. They'll blow it dead. 13:32 remaining the first, just underway. No score. Morrow, Lefevre, and what else we got over there? Candler, I believe, or is that Schimmel? Candler. Get those two boys confused. Face off near boards. Can't quite get the camera angle low enough. We're kind of straight up in the air here, so you get it too low to see this near wall, and then you start losing heads far side. Bowman and Kassler in on the defense. Griffons will bring it up the left-hand side. Sends one towards Kernigan. He'll save that. Bowman will poke it over near wall. Morrow will get a hold of it up the left-hand side. Points towards the middle. Has a stick lifted, loses the puck, goes off into the far corner. Now Griffons get control of it here at center ice. In comes Brookfield. Now to come right to Brookfield. JT Brookfield up the right-hand side. Pulls back to the middle. Trying to get it to his forehand. Now he's going to come around the backside of Pontius. Centers it up front. Diaz a little late coming through the middle. Man, he was on time, but the pass was a little late to him. Now goes to Seago. Pushes it ahead up to Diaz. Down into the corner. Griffons will wrap it around the boards. Pops right out to Brookfield. Tried to get a shot off. That was blocked there. Now here come the Griffons the other way. Nice body check there by Seago. Separates the player from the puck. Manson will send it up the boards. Now it's Brookfield racing for it. It's got Diaz in the middle. Brookfield back to the center. Takes a shot. Pontius with a save. Oh, from point blank range. Here come the Griffons the other way. Try to squeeze right between Manson and Seago. Lose the puck back behind Kernigan. Now sent up. Ravis can't get it cleared. Griffons will take a shot. Bounces one off Seago. Comes near side. He'll backhand it up the boards trying to get it to Diaz. Poke back away. That's going to go back behind Kernigan. Griffons have got control. Peels back. A little time and space. Brings it up near side. Johnson will take a shot. Kernigan with a save. Can't control it. Bounces back out. Another shot goes wide of the net. Kicked around the boards. Down the boards. Foot race for the puck. Griffons will get there. Forward check there by, or back check by Brookfield. Now the Griffons will go cross ice over to the far side. Brookfield's right there. Sullivan's checked in. Becker and Ullery on the defense. Here comes Hartnett for our fifth player. Grabbed by Ullery. Kicked out right off the stick of Sullivan. Griffons grab it. Saved by Kernigan. Loose right up front. Pops out. This will be Johnson in the neutral zone. Skating back. Waiting for his teammates to get back on side. Now they'll peel and bring it up the right-hand side. Into the night zone. Takes a shot. Kernigan with a save off into the netting. That'll be blown dead. Face-off will be in the night zone. 10-13 remaining the first. No score. Quick shot off the face-off by the Griffons, saved by Kernigan once again. Griffons will send it down low. Grab it back behind the net, tries a backhander, now cleared by Austin. Out into neutral, grabbed by the Griffons. Chipped off the boards. To Ullery in the night zone. He'll bounce it off the wall. Goes out into the Griffin zone. Now they'll bring it cross ice here in neutral. Sullivan will bring it into the night zone up the right-hand side. Peels back to the middle. Takes a shot. Kernigan with the save. Now it'll be Sloan. Kick back out to neutral. Here comes Sullivan for the Griffons the other way. Tries to peel that one around Bowman. Bowman blocks that one. Now he's going to ice it. Icing's the call. Face-off will come back to the night zone. 9:01 remaining the first. No score. Thought we were going to be joined by Trent the shot blocker Smith here. He was up hanging around by the broadcast booth, but He took off somewhere. I don't know where he went. We'll have to start warming up for the varsity game coming up next, 5 o'clock. Shot goes wide. This will be grabbed by Kassler. Kassler looking across ice right off Morrow's stick. Comes straight to Lefevre. Takes a shot. Pontius with another save. Oh, there's Trent back there playing football back behind Pontius. Another save by Pontius. Goes off far side. Cleared up the boards by the Griffons. Up the left-hand side. Morrow, nice back check. Breaks up that shot attempt. And Bowman's going to get a tripping penalty as his stick got caught up into the feet of the Griffons player. Down they went. Bowman let go of the stick, but down went Danbury. 2 minutes tripping, Bowman. Power play Griffons. Face-off will be in the night zone. Manson and Seago in on the defense, trying to kill this off. Sloan and Austin on the forward line. Comes over near side to Seago. He'll try to send it up the boards. Griffons hold it in. Now bat on the corner, goes wrapped around the backside. Far left, held in by the Griffons. Centered up front, past everyone. Bounces off the boards. Now grabbed by Sloan. Has his pocket picked by Johnson. Shot by the Griffons, deflected up front. Saved, sat on there by Kernigan. 7:59 remaining the first. 1:35 remaining on the Griffons power play. No score. Olery and Becker will check in on the defense. Diaz and Brookfield, I believe that is, there at center. One by the Griffons. They'll send one right towards Kernigan. Saved by Kernigan. Rebound covered up by Kernigan. Griffons changing things up here. Knights will leave it the same. Face-off won by the Griffons, held in right at the blue line. Now backhands it back behind Kernigan. This will be Becker over in the far corner. Has his pocket picked by the Griffons. Kicked up to their D, now cycled back down low. This will be Olery in the corner. Can't get it cleared up. Sullivan will hold it in for the Griffons, come away with it. Being pressured by Brookfield, back behind the net. Now pestered by Olery, loose puck now cleared by Becker. Straight down to Pontius, he had to save that one, kicks it off into the corner. Griffons will chip it off the boards, out in front of everybody, comes right to Olery. He slings it back into the Griffin zone. Killing off more time, 42 seconds remaining on the Griffons power play. Pass deflected by Brookfield, but grabbed by the Griffons. Brookfield will pick up the open puck. Down he goes, and that's going to be no trip called. Wow. I think the Griffons player was about as surprised as the fans were. He thought he was going to the box. No call. Here comes Sullivan the other way. Takes a shot. Kernigan with a save. Brookfield will chip it up. Loses the puck out front. Regains didn't gain control. Grabbed by the Griffons. And Bowman's out of the box. Knights are back to full strength. He'll come straight out onto the ice. Knights have got 3 defensemen out there. And only 1 forward. They're down a body. Now Morrow will climb back over the wall. See if we can cycle in our right players. Lefevre's out there. This will be Becker. Touches it to Morrow. Morrow up ahead to Lefevre. Lefevre will bring it in left-hand side. Tries to center it to Morrow. Back behind him. Morrow will grab the puck. Off in front of Pontius, down in the corner. Lefevre around the boards. This is going to come out in the neutral zone. Hansen's going to have to race back for this one. Back out to neutral ice. Danbury holds it momentarily. Now Morrow off the boards. Nobody home there for the Knights. Grabbed by the Griffons. They'll look to cross ice. Bounces off the boards right into the gut of Seago. He'll kick it high off the glass down into the Griffin zone. This will be grabbed by Johnson. They'll go D to D. Up through the middle. Back checked by Sloan. Loses the puck. Back out to neutral ice by Morrow. Pressured by Austin. Now Austin, he loses control. Hansen will kick it up the boards. That touches the foot of Morrow as he was climbing back over. Could have been too many on the ice as it touched his foot. No call on that one either, letting him play on. Now it'll come to Barnes. Barnes will bring it in up the right. He'll sling one at Pontius off to the side. Kick back. Grabbed by Sloan down in the corner. Looks to center it up front. Barnes was ready to sling at it, but Griffins blocked it. Now Oler will take a shot right into the glove of Pontius. Now they'll blow it dead. Face off in the Griffin zone. 4:04 remaining the first. No score. Brookfield, Diaz, and Rivas in on the forward line. Face-off won by the Griffins, still loose up front. Now they'll get control back behind the net. Olery and Becker on the defense. Here come the Griffins, rushing through the neutral zone. Takes a shot right into the gut of Kernigan. They'll jump on top of it, blown dead. Now face-off in the night zone. Welcome to the broadcast booth, Coach Zwillow.
Well, let's talk about what's going on with this. Oh, am I actually going to get it on?
Face-off grab by the Griffins. They'll take a shot. Goes wide of the net. Comes over near corner. Stick lift by Olery, trying to get that puck out of the zone. Out into neutral. Comes off Diaz. Diaz will pound it down into the Griffin zone. Keeps chasing after it up against the wall. Now grabbed by the Griffins, chipped off the boards. That should be an icing. And they're going to wave it off. So grabbed by Becker right at that red line. Forecheck by the Griffins. They'll lose the puck. Over near side. Grabbed by Diaz. Can't get it out of the zone. Grabbed by Mark for the Griffins. Pestered there by Olery. He'll try to clear it. Does get it out to neutral ice. What? Olery the cross ice pass, trying to get it to Ravis. Bounces off the board. Brookfield's going to chase after it. He'll get to it. Oh, nice stick lift by the Griffins. Puck still loose up front. Forecheck there by Ravis. He'll backhand it up here. It comes right to Olery. Up, whiffed on the shot.
I can't hear him at all.
Nope.
Bowman will hold it in for the Knights. Round the boards backside. Ravis. Grabbed by Brookfield.
Because there was a lot of feedback.
Chipped up high. That'll come to Olery.
So now I'm on.
Olery will take a shot right into the gut of Pontius. They'll blow a dead face off in the Griffin zone. 2:28 remaining the first with no score.
Well, thanks for welcoming me to the broadcast today. Let me tell you something. High school hockey at its finest. You got this JV squad playing the St. Joe Griffons, who are, without a doubt, an up-and-coming squad this year. That 86 girl, I know she's been trying hard. I've seen her play for a couple years, so it should be a fun game today.
Joined here by Coach Zwillenberg from the Knights. Dad of Henry that plays on the varsity. You've heard me call his name. That's Hartnett. Can't get a shot off. Goes far side. Candler. There's Schimmel. Get those two confused every time. Here come the Griffins the other way. This will be Sullivan for the Griffins. Tries to get around Bowman. Bowman slows him up, and we're going to get an offsides.
You know, it's funny. You see some of the players that played on the last year's championship team, Kassler especially. He was really a shutdown defenseman for us. That was a fun deal. And I tell you what, I love number 11. He's that kid just got a motor. Kind of reminds me of Bo Smith a little bit.
Hearten it. You just need to get him to eat a couple cheeseburgers, right?
Well, we're doing our best on that aspect, but I think God said not yet.
Bring him on down to the flea market. We'll put
right.
a couple cheeseburgers in him. Grabbed by the Griffons. They'll bring it up the right-hand side into the Knight zone, right through the middle. They'll take a shot. That's blocked. Nice job by Kassler, getting down on one knee, blocking that shot, keeping it away from the goalie.
See that positioning by the girl on the St. Joe team. She knows where to be if you want to score.
Right up front of the net. Here comes Bowman bringing it into the St. Joe zone. They'll send one that way wide right of the net. Now here comes St. Joe, chips it off the board. Kassler's going to kind of squeeze that. Allows him to race down there, grab it behind Kernigan. Now he's looking. He'll send it out front, out into the neutral zone. Grabbed by Sullivan from the Griffons. He'll bring it in the right-hand side. Oop, right through Kassler. Comes to his forehand. Shot goes wide of the net.
What
Boy,
a shot.
missed that left post by about 2 inches.
That was a great move by that St. Joe offensive player with some speed.
Sullivan for the Griffons will grab this one right around Morrow. Here he'll bring it in right-hand side, pulls back, thinks about a shot. Past Hansen, there's Candler far side. Morrow will try to clear it. Oh! Now cleared by Candler, but nobody can get to the puck. We got a delayed offsides here. Now they're just going to call the offsides, blow it dead. Face-off will come out to neutral.
You know, I got to give a shout-out to Dee and you, announcer Neil. This is just such a special operation you guys have going out here, and I hope everybody online or who's watching really appreciates it, because it's not easy following the flow of the game. Obviously, you need a good color guy like me to help with a few minutes of it.
When I do finally shut my mouth, somebody's got to fill in that extra time, right? Down into the Griffin zone, into the near corner.
10 seconds left.
Trying to get it to Lefevre. Grabbed by the Griffins, hard around the boards. One, that's the end of the period. So we'll head to the first intermission, no score.
So, you know, Knights hockey is always about physicality. You see, and St. Joe, they've always been a team that's very aggressive, very strong at the puck. That doesn't surprise me. It's a 0-0 tie. Looks like the Knights brought a couple hundred fans down here, which is, of course, common for Knights supporters. But if you can't make the game, I highly recommend watching it on this broadcast. I know my parents watch it, and I know the coaches watch the broadcast after the game to see how certain plays worked and how things kind of developed.
Well, remember, after this JV game, we'll be going with the varsity. Who was the varsity playing against?
Well, we're going to play Northwest Arkansas, a rematch of the
Northwest
semifinals last year, and they had their two studs back, number 11 and number 4. They're just a great team. It's a fun game to play against. They play hockey the right way, and honestly, when you play against a team like that, it's what hockey's all about. It's about hard-nosed plays. It's about great shots. It's about great defense. And it gets down to coaching. I mean, Coach Kempkes was able to make some great changes during that game last year that enabled us to get our strong guys maybe against one of their second lines or third lines. And we were lucky enough to make some plays that helped us deliver that semifinal win and catapulted us into the championship game last year.
Northwest Arkansas played right in front of this game, and they kind of took it to the Stars a little bit, 9-6.
Yeah, it doesn't
Very
sound like the
high-scoring
goalies must have had shades on that game or something.
Very high-scoring game. We watched, it was 6-6 when we walked in, and they scored 3 goals in the final 7 minutes of the game to capture that one.
So are we, as the varsity, on this ice after this game?
I hope so. I hope we don't have to move all this stuff to the other side.
Boy, I'll tell you what, you get some speed. I think you could go around that St. Joe defender. Big kid out there, 72, Clark.
He'll take up some body space. All right, Barnes, Austin, and Sloan in here to start this second period. Becker and Ullery on the defense. Pops out. Nice job grab there by Barnes. Comes around to his right. He'll take a shot right into the glove of Pontius.
And you know what I love to see? I love to see that Knights player, I can't tell who it is, 80-something, goes right there for the rebound, Sloan. That's what it's all about. I mean, your player takes a low-angle shot or a hard-angle shot. It's not likely to go in, but the rebound is always there. So kudos to that player for the Knights.
One more goals, crash the net, right?
Absolutely.
Wait for those rebound shots.
I mean, it starts in Mites and Adams when you just teach them wrist shots and rebounds.
Up the boards, Becker will hold that one in, holds it in once again, now sends it off far side. Griffons trying to clear it. Nice job by Barnes blocking that one. Now he'll go pick up the puck in the far corner. Oh, he had Austin sitting on that backside of the post. Nice look by Barnes. They just couldn't connect. But his head was up, saw the open player, and is a perfect spot for it. Now grabbed by Clark over there for the Griffons up the boards. Knights once again hold it in. That's Morrow. Sloan will come away with it, brings it into the Griffin zone.
Oh,
Backhand tries to get it up front to Morrow, goes wide of the net, comes off near side. This will be grabbed by the Griffins up against the wall. They'll clear it out to neutral zone. This is Danbury. Nice job by Becker, poke checking that one away off into the corner. And here comes Sloan. He's got some speed. He'll bring it up the right-hand side. Nice job by Johnson squeezing him. Now Morrow pushing ahead. Here comes Sloan. Takes a shot. Pontius with another glove save.
Boy, if Sloan can learn how to do a deke, he's going to score a lot of goals because he was in the right position. I'll tell you who I love, that Becker kid, 41. Big kid, a lot of size, a lot of speed, learning the game. He was in St. Louis for the travel team tournament, and he played some pretty solid minutes for the travel team.
Morrow wins it off near side, but grabbed by the Griffins. Candler, nice back check, slows that up as they tried to bring it into the Knight zone. Cleared back out by the Knights. Dumped right back into the Knight zone. This will be Kassler. Kassler will chip it off the boards, kicks it back out to neutral. Fever went for the, oh, heads up.
Somebody's going to be eating the scrambled eggs for a couple weeks.
Right into the Knights bench. I think that was off Russo. He's not playing right now, but still blocking shots, keeping it off of
you can't teach a
Morrison
goalie.
over
You
there.
can't stop a goalie anywhere he's at. I swear, he'll pull a Miyagi. He'll start swatting flies if they start coming around him.
Faceoff comes back to Kassler at neutral. Pushed down into the Knight zone. Now pressured by Morrow. Kassler can't get to it. Pops out to neutral. This will be Bowman. Bowman back off the boards, back into this Griffin zone. Cross-ice pass comes right to Candler. He'll take a shot, saved by Pontius. Oh, I wanted to see Candler get one right there.
Yeah, you know what I'd love to see the Knights players do is maybe fake a shot, get the goalie to bounce, get the goalie to go down, and then deke him because he is definitely going after that first shot.
Here's the Griffins backhander through neutral. That'll come down. Oh, Kassler fell down. Got tripped by the blue line. Shot. Kernigan with the save.
Oh.
Now look out. Here comes Lefevre. Takes a shot wide of the net. Had himself a tournament up there in St. Joe, Lefevre did. Boy, he was putting on a clinic. Here comes McCantis. He'll skate in. Oops, whiffs on the shot.
It's really opened up here, isn't it?
Now it's Morrow. Pushed ahead. Can Diaz get there or the Griffins? Diaz will lift a stick. Now he battles for the puck. He'll come away with it centered up front, going for Rivas. Oh, Brookfield came in trying to get that slapper, but stole by the Griffins, and now they'll bring it up the left-hand side. And that should be offsides. Yep, there it is.
That is an offside. You know, you can see the game has kind of opened up a little bit. Speed's going to take over, and you hope that the Knights players keep doing what they're supposed to do, which is going straight at the net, going around the defenseman, try to get those rebounds. And I think, what you got to worry about with St. Joe is they're big, but if you can beat them on the outside, it should get a good opportunity for the Knights.
One by the Griffons, now kicked into the Knight zone. This will be grabbed by Hansen. I think I've been saying Manson. Here comes Sullivan, shot! Kernigan with a save. Now Hansen will grab this one, chips it off the boards, up the boards, trying to get it towards Diaz. Kick back down low by the Griffons. Diaz can't get it cleared. They'll skate in, takes a shot. Deflected up front, goes wide of the net. Battle in the corner, Brookfield's in there. Now it'll come popping out through the zone. Diaz will slap it off the boards, trying to kick it out to himself, but grabbed by the Griffons. Now Brookfield centers it right to Ravens. Ravens with a shot right into the glove of Pontius again.
Boy, Chad, it looks like Brookfield's really got eyes in the back of his head. He seems to find players around him, which is something you obviously can't teach. I goes back to the practices, and Chad, you see a lot of the practices. It just seems like Mike runs practices where guys are flying around, trying to learn their players, who they're playing with, and trying to build chemistry for the end of the season tournaments.
Schimmel, Hartnett. Let's see who goes over there on that far side. Oh, that's Sullivan. Held by Ullery. Oh. Had a player crashing right at him, and that pass ended up deflecting off the shin guards all the way back into the Knight zone. Now grabbed by Becker. He's got a little bit of room to skate, so he will. Ooh. Pass it ahead, tip by Hartnett. Down into the Griffin zone. This will be grabbed by the Griffons. And that's going to be an icing.
It's something that's not really talked about a lot, but what 11 did right there, Hartnett, is he went hard at the defenseman, which caused him to send a pass all the way down. And now we're going to get an offensive zone faceoff, which is the little things that really can change a game. If we get a scoring opportunity, it's all because number 11 decided to go in hard, F1, and try to cause a turnover. So hopefully he gets the puck to I'd get it to 41 and let him blast one from the blue line.
And he can blast him too. I'm waiting for him to break one of the pieces of glass sometimes when he misses there at practice. That kid has got a shot on him. This will be grabbed by Sullivan. Up, she'll lose it right at the red line. Here come the Griffons the other way. Brings it into the Knight zone. Now they look to center it up front. Oh, nice job by Ullery as they were trying that back door. Ullery tied up that stick. Now Hartnett will deflect it, can't get it out of the zone.
Big
up front,
save.
Kernigan, big save up front by Kernigan. Here comes Sullivan, tries to dangle right through a bunch of Knights players, and they'll kick it out. 9 minutes remaining. Sullivan once again,
Big
shot
save.
goes high. Hartnett can't get it cleared, shot, that's deflected off another Griffins player, goes off to the far side. Danbury back behind the net. Griffins hold it up. They're going to call offside.
I know Coach Kempkes would never want to hear this, but I can tell you, getting an icing or anything to get the puck out of the zone at that time in the game, when that's going on, they had blood in the water. 67 was feeling it. You just got to get the puck out of there and reset, put some fresh legs in.
Sometimes an ice isn't bad. Just slow everything down and reset up. Sloan, Austin, and Barnes in. Kassler comes right to the feet of Kassler, kicks it out neutral. Now Sloan races for it. Sloan's going to come away with it. Oh, man, had his back pocket picked, but still controls the puck. He'll go back behind Pontius. Battle down in the corner now. He takes a fall down to the corners. He's pushed a little bit in the back, and now we're going to get hand pass.
Well, I'll tell you what, these guys are not, this is a great JV game. This is what the JV League is all about. It's about player development, about trying to coach the right things. You don't see a lot of unnecessary checks. You see a lot of good passing. You see players, both teams with their heads up, trying to make smart plays. Sooner or later, something's good's going to happen to one of the teams, and hopefully it's for the black.
Castler and Bowman on the defense. Sloan, Mason Barnes, and Ethan Austin here on the forward line.
Look at the size difference on 28 versus our guy.
Sullivan.
I mean, it's like
Barnes
a lumberjack.
comes up to about his shoulders.
I think he was shaving at 12. I don't know, something's going on there.
Outlet Castler brings it to Barnes. And Sullivan will grab the loose puck sitting there right in front of the blue line, loses it. Now Bowman will send it back into the Griffin zone. Nice forecheck by Sloan, gets that turnover, comes to Barnes. And now, kicked out all the way to neutral. One thing I've talked about for the last 3 or 4 weekends is the way the Knights have been forechecking and backchecking. They have done an outstanding job in all 3 tournaments. They did a great job at it in the first JV game this morning. And just constant pressure on the opposing team, whether it's a back check coming from behind them, forecheck coming straight into their face, making them make a decision. That's what Hartnett did earlier when he got them to ice that puck. He went straight at him with a forecheck. They panicked, slinged the puck. We got an icing and an offensive zone faceoff out of it. Now grabbed by Barnes. Barnes to the middle. He loses it to a little poke check. Another nice back check. Austin and Sloan both working on that one. Now it's right at the foot of Sloan. He didn't know where the puck was. Sullivan will come away with it for the Griffins. Up the left-hand side.
Skate, doesn't he?
He does. He's looking, head up. Now it comes out into the middle of the ice. That'll be Lefevre bouncing it off the boards. Loose puck here at neutral. This will be grabbed by Austin. Austin's got a clean run. He'll take a shot. Pontius with another save. Knights have only had 11 shots, but they've been a lot of solid ones right in front of the net. Pontius has come up big for the Griffins. This will be Seago back in the Knight zone. Uh-oh. Grabbed by Sullivan.
Want to body that kid up.
Takes a shot, blocked by Castler. Morrow, backhand. That'll come to Lefevre. Lefevre up the left, has his shot blocked. Boy, you wouldn't know by the way Lefevre's been playing in that JV tournament up in St. Joe and so far in this game. Remember, he has been out of hockey for over 2 years. This is his first time back since he was a
unreal. It's just a credit to our coaching staff who really develops practice, time, energy, not wasting a minute. It's just amazing. And then, of course, you got to give credit to the player with their attitude of trying to get better every shift. It's just something that I'll tell you what, the Knights have been preaching for about 5 years, and the last 2 years they've really, and you can see the results. They've been in the finals once, they won the finals in the varsity, and they won JV. It doesn't start with just the finals game, it starts with every single practice, and you just see it with this coaching staff and these type of players that are playing for the Knights. It's pretty exciting.
Icy the call, face-off will come back to the Knights zone. 5:31 remaining the second, still no score. Griffins with the face-off win. Brookfield in there along with Diaz. Ravis calling for it, gets it from Brookfield. Brings it in, has it poked off away to the far left-hand board, slings one up front. Oh, Brookfield with a tip shot, goes wide of the net. That'll come out to Ulrey. Ulrey will try to push it ahead to Ravis, goes past him. That should be an icing. Nope, no call. Play on, right to Ravis, quick shot. Off the side, grabbed by Brookfield, back behind the net.
Get in front of the net, Ravis.
Comes around the front, takes a shot, shoots and scores! Kansas City goal! Number 22, JT Brookfield.
Well, hopefully that opens up the floodgates, because the most important part of what they did is they stayed aggressive, they stayed attacking the puck, but now the most important part of the game is what a great coach, Bryce Anilowski, taught me. The next 30 seconds after a score, you've got to bring the intensity and keep the momentum. Or if you get scored on, you've got to go back and bring it to the other team. So let's see what the Knights do with this. And I like it already. We're really going aggressive at the puck.
Brookfield, oh, Ravis just offside as Brookfield was going for that second one.
And you know, Ravis, the kid, his dad is a great skin doctor. So if any of you have any weird moles, You should call call his dad. He's one of the best in the city. He's seen me with my shirt off, so I'll just put it there.
Face off here at neutral. Won by the Griffons. Nice job by Diaz. Comes to the backhand, goes wide left. Out to neutral. This will be Kassler. Kicks it ahead, right back to Brookfield. Oh. Shot goes just wide left of the net, off in the corner. Ravis will work it. It is Ravis, right? Is that
yes, Ravis. That's
okay,
right.
I was pronouncing Ravis.
That's all right. With what you get paid, a mistake every now and then is okay.
Right.
Oh,
now Ravis touches it back to Diaz. Diaz will bring it in. Takes a shot just past the net. Follows his own shot, grabs it down the corner, kicks it up the boards, trying to get it to Kassler. Poked out by the Griffons, out into neutral. This will be Bowman. He'll slap it off the boards. That should be an icing and will be.
You know what I love, though, about that last play is even if it wasn't an icing, the Knights players went off. They were going to get a change. That's non-selfish hockey. That's players that instead of want to go in after they've been gassed for 40 seconds, they want to get their teammates involved. They know they're smelling blood in the water right now. Even though the faceoff's going to be on our end, we got an opportunity to go up 2-0 if we can get another goal in this guy, and hopefully that helps.
3:51 remain the second. Hartnett, Schimmel, and who's over there? That's Sullivan, I think. Face-off comes to Seago. He'll clear it, and that's going to be another icing.
You know, Chad, you've been doing this a long time. Is hockey, would you think hockey is more skill or momentum, or a combination?
Boy, you got to have the skill, but boy, when you get momentum going, you can just get into the head of that other team, that goaltender. They feel like they can't stop anything. Momentum's a big thing.
I agree.
Even with the lack of talent, if you get some momentum on your side, look out. Hartnett punches it ahead, down into the Griffin zone. And it works the other way, too, with those other teams. I mean, team you're playing. Oh, nice cross-ice pass. Great poke check by Kernigan.
That kid's a goalie. Let me tell you something. I haven't seen a poke check like that in high school JV in a long time.
That was a nice play. He saw that they were coming in that backside door, and he just reached out with everything he had, poked that puck away, and kicked it off to the sidewall.
What a pass.
Nice pass by Hansen. Gets it up to Hartnett. Hartnett will bring it in, toes that blue line as he was trickling around. That'll get deflected. Sullivan will wrap it around the board's far side. Comes a Seago. He'll kick it back out. McInnes for the Griffons. Oh, nice stick move in there. Takes a shot. Kernigan with a glove save.
You know, I don't know what year that goalie is. Is it freshman or sophomore?
I believe he's a freshman.
Boy, I'll tell you what. If I was a freshman, I'd want to play with that kid because he is going to be something spectacular. You can tell he's got confidence. You can tell he's got anticipation. We just need a little bit of size, I would think, on him, and that kid's going to be a gamer for the Knights for a long time.
We'll get him down there to the flea market for a couple cheeseburgers.
Yeah, extra cheese. We need to add some weight.
Quick backhander comes to Kernigan, another save.
And you know, Chad, another point, when a goalie's playing well like that, don't you feel like it empowers the rest of the team, kind of like a Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback?
Oh, absolutely. And when your goaltender's playing good, it allows your other players to take a few chances.
Absolutely.
Hey, we got something back there behind us that's not letting anything pass. I'm going to take a gamble right here.
Absolutely.
You better hope it pays off, though.
That's right. That's right. It all works if the puck goes in.
This will be Barnes. Has it poked away. Now Griffins will try to bring it up the right-hand side. Round Ullery. Loose puck out front. That's swiped at by Becker. Grabbed by Sullivan. Or Sloan. Sloan will bring it in. Up the right-hand side. He'll take a shot. That's deflected. Goes wide of the net. Austin will grab it. Centers it up front. Comes right to Barnes. He wasn't in position. He was trying to stay away from Clark. I don't blame him. That's a big boy out there. Right to Austin. Shot goes wide right. Grabbed by Barnes behind the net. Comes up high. Ullery will backhand it. Keeps it in the night zone momentarily. Nice job by Sloan. Oh!
I don't know if I agree
Boy,
with that
I
one.
don't know if I agree with that either,
Of
but
course,
that's the ref's call.
let me tell you something. We are never right, and the ref is always right. At least that's what I say on the bench to Coach Kempkes, because we don't like those unsportsmanlikes on the bench.
Well, we're not going to win whether they're right or wrong, so you
right.
just say they're right and move on, right?
That's right.
Morrow will come in. Candler will swing over here to the right.
Another face-off win.
Face-off win comes to Castler. Into the Griffin zone. They'll retreat back hard off the glass. Castler can't hold it. Now it'll be a foot race between Bowman. Bowman will get there. Gets it cleared out. Morrow touches it up.
Oh, he's got
right
some
up
skill.
through the middle. Look out for Sullivan.
Yeah, there's a penalty.
He can skate with it. Now we're going to get a penalty. Saved by Kernigan. Bowman will touch it up. We're going to get a holding.
You know, sometimes it's all you can do when a player's skilled like that. And you know, I always tell our players it's fun to play against players like that. Maybe they're a little bit higher level of skill. You want to play against teams like that because you want to get better and you actually want to stop those guys. And you know, you just got to make sure you know where he is on the ice, because if he gets free, it's going to be a problem.
Right. Well, and sometimes the best thing he can do is just not let him get that clean shot off. That's what Morrow did. And now we'll try to kill it off on the PK. Castler and Bowman, Diaz and Lefevre. Face off, comes right to Lefevre, but can't get it out. Now Diaz will pop it out to neutral. He'll go put a forecheck on Sullivan, make him peel back around, kill a little time. Right up through the middle, goes around Lefevre. Diaz will force him down into the corner. Centered it up front, off the skate of Castler, saved by Kernigan.
40 seconds left.
Castler, the body check up against the glass. Puck will be held by Johnson right at the blue line. Shot goes wide of the net. Grabbed by the Griffins far side. Kicked up to the D. Now they'll send one. Kernigan will jump on top of this one. They'll blow it dead. 24 seconds remaining in the period.
St. Joe, I'm actually really impressed. It looks like they've got a coaching staff together. They've put together, they've had a little bit of trouble up in their program the past couple of years, but it really looks like these kids are disciplined. They're playing smart hockey, they're playing disciplined hockey, and they're playing position hockey, which is all you can expect when you're trying to rebuild a program. Face
off Diaz, that'll come to Lefevre. Lefevre will try to put some speed on, gets pinched by Sullivan, but comes around him, centers it to Diaz. Shot through the scores! Kansas City goal! What a beautiful pass. Michael Diaz from Michael Lefevre.
Well, my favorite word in hockey is shorty, and it's not about short players. It's about scoring a goal when the other team has a power play, especially with 15 seconds left. Oh, you know what? We've got the commissioner, Donnie Josephson, is here now, probably looking for some violation, Knights stealing signs or something, but we'll keep that stuff on the down low.
By Bowman, slung out. And now we got a breakaway. Here comes Lefevre. 2-1. He gets a shot off, but it's not soon enough. After 2, it's the Knights 2 and the Griffins 0.
Now that's the way you want to finish a period. 15 seconds left. You score in a shorthanded goal. It doesn't put the game away, but what it does, it really just takes the intensity takes away the heart of the other team. One of the things that Coach Kempkes has always pushed for is shorthanded is not such a bad thing, because I believe sometimes also that teams kind of exhale when a penalty gets called on the other team. They try to pass it around, they try to think too much, whereas if you got a kid like Bo Smith or whoever made the play out there for the JV team and is able to get it away, then you know what, it's almost like, my candy got stolen, Halloween's over, and then you get an opportunity to score, and the pressure's on the goalie, and then good things happen. So shorthanded goals are one of my favorite things in hockey, and also it's one of the things where you really can push players to believe in themselves, that not only killing a penalty, but making it an offensive opportunity.
Well, that was a great job by Micah, pushing it up that left side, and then with his head up, he noticed Michael Diaz was right in front of the net. Gave him a quick tape-to-tape pass, right in the back of the net. Short-handed goal. Knights lead 2-0 as we head to the third.
Chad, do you know Michael's nickname that I gave him?
Micah's? Or Michael Diaz?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Wait, does he have an older brother? No, he's just Michael Diaz, right? He's just one kid?
Just
we
one.
nicknamed him the Doctor because MD is his initials. And I think he liked that. So, and the doctor gave a good prescription for Knights hockey, and now we're at 2-0.
Griffons will start off the period on the power play. 56 seconds remaining on that as Morrow heads on over to the sin bin.
You know what else I like? The fan interaction tonight's been great. None of this back and forth, rubbish, or people yelling at the refs or that stuff. It's just good, clean hockey, good hockey game between two teams that obviously are going to play a lot this year, and hopefully it just gives games like this. These are great games.
It is fun when the parents can just cheer in the stands instead of yelling at the players or the refs, and this has been a really good game like it. Everybody just supporting their kids. Ooh, quick shot by the Griffons. That goes wide. Comes over near side. Brookfield will chase after this one. Can't get to it. Oh, Sullivan tried to bounce one off Brookfield. Now he grabs the puck right at the red line. Nice job by Seago. Separates the player from the puck. Pushes it up the boards. Now Brookfield will chase Danbury for it. Danbury will come away with it. Round Sloan. Now we're going to get an icing. Face-off will come back to the Griffin zone. 14:25 remaining in the game. Knights are leading 2-0.
What time will the varsity go in and start? Are they still watching the game? Are we playing after? We're playing right after this, right?
Yeah, 5 o'clock. Hopefully it's on this side of the ice. I don't want to have to carry all this stuff to the other side.
Not fun.
Lefevre's in there. Candler takes the face-off. Griffins win it. Now they'll look for the cross-ice pass over near side. Pushed around Ullery. Ullery will slap at it with his stick. Centered up front. Goes past everyone. Goes far side to Candler. Diaz is in there. Griffins come away with it. Now it'll be grabbed by Lefevre. Ullery from behind the net. That's the end of the power play. Morrow's back out on the ice. Dumped into the Knight zone. Goes far side. Diaz will look over his shoulder. Slings it up the boards. Clark will hold it in for the Griffins. Candler working it. Gets it out in the middle of the ice. Now it comes to Morrow. Over to Lefevre. Oh!
Morrow. Got to slow it down.
Just offsides.
Lefevre's got some wheels. But you look at them. Look how they're talking to each other after that play. That's what you want. You want kids learning from a mistake. And look, saying something nice to the ref, nothing derogatory, nothing negative. He knows he made a mistake, and like I've always coached, I don't care about mistakes in October and November. I care about mistakes in February.
Right. Face-off grab by the Griffins, comes over near side. Ullery's going to step up, grabs this one. Now slings it to the middle, looking for Barnes. Now it's stolen by the Griffins. They got a 2-on-1 the other way. Diaz will reverse back. Back in, nice job by Diaz. Slowing that up. This will be grabbed by Ullery. He'll bring it up the right-hand side, kicks it ahead to Sloan. Or that's Austin. Austin tries to center it to Barnes right under his feet, couldn't find the puck. Now the Griffins will bring it. Look out.
Watch.
Milborn takes a shot right into the gut of Kernigan, but can't curtail it. Bowman can't get it cleared. Another shot goes wide of the net, goes off far side. Ullery will slap at it, gets it ahead to Austin. Austin will clear it. Barnes will battle for it. Johnson comes away with it. Comes over near side. Chipped up the boards. Nice job by Sloan blocking that. Grabs it to Austin. Austin will get it to Barnes. Barnes will bring it into the Griffin zone. Shot goes wide of the net. Comes over near side, off the boards. Bowman's right there, bounces out into the neutral zone. This will be grabbed by Kassler. Ooh, shot wide of the net. Grabbed by Bowman behind the net. Up ahead to Barnes. Got a 3-on, oh, and that gonna be offsides.
Yeah, that's another thing that these guys are gonna have to learn, and hopefully they watch this broadcast, is you never turn on the blue line, ever, ever, ever. Henry Zwillenberg had a history of that last year as a junior, and Mike Kempkes had a few conversations with him that I can't repeat on air, but I don't think he ever did it again, just because you don't want to take away that opportunity of a scoring opportunity for your team.
Well, and your wingers don't know that you're gonna turn. So they're ready to go into the zone. You make a quick turn, and now they can't stop, and it's going to be an offsides every time.
It's almost like an interception in football.
Diaz to Brookfield, shot! Just wide of the net.
Boy, he's got a nose for the puck, doesn't he?
Brookfield has looked absolutely wonderful this first month of play so far. Cleared out into the neutral zone. Now foot race. Griffons will get there. Oop. Hansen takes him down. Griffons come away. 2-on-1 shot. Kernigan with another save. Right to Brookfield. Brookfield will skate right through the middle. Nice toe drag by Diaz to stay onside. Brookfield with a shot. Goes wide of the net. Gets it back over to Diaz.
People. He's got to get that open player involved.
Cleared out to neutral. Oh, nice steal there by Brookfield. Now he's outnumbered, so he'll peel back for a little time and space up against the near wall. Looking, backhands it. Ullery with a shot.
That's a great pass by Brookfield.
Pontius with that save. Great pass by Brookfield to Ullery. And now we got a 2-on-1. Ullery splits the difference. They take a shot. Kept the pass away. Let the goaltender go 1-on-1. Now dumped back behind Kernigan. 10:37 remaining in the game. Knights leading 2-1. This will come to Sullivan, guy to watch. Brookfield will forecheck. Now rounds Brookfield around Sullivan. Round Becker. Centered up front, blocked away by Kernigan. Now the shot goes right out in front of Kernigan over near side. Ullery will come battle up against the glass. Brookfield's right there also. Oh, nice hits of ice. Oh, can he get to it? No icing, they'll wave it off. Griffons come away with it. Heads up pass by Brookfield, but out in front of Ravis a little too far. Now Ullery will sling one. That's going to be an icing. Face-off will come back to the Knight zone with 9:41 remaining in the game.
You know, I love Ullery, how he just looks up. Even when he does make a bad pass, he's looking up and he's trying to make a play, and that's the type of stuff you can't really teach. The Knights really, we've kind of fallen into a little bit of a lull. We've given up two really good opportunities, scoring opportunities to St. Joe, and they're just not there yet. If they would be getting, they would drive the net, they probably would have scored on one of them. They're just getting excited that they have an opportunity. So the Knights are kind of surviving right now, but we need to just get the clock moving and maybe get another one here.
Face-off comes as Schimmel, bats it over to Bowman. Bowman can't get it cleared. Shot deflected up front, now grabbed by Bowman off the glass towards Schimmel. Comes up high to Sullivan. Deflected up front. Pushed off into the corner. Nice battle for Kassler up. He's going to get a penalty, though.
I got a Captain Hook. I didn't see that, but
hooking on Kassler.
How do you hook a guy
for
who's
that puck
6'6"?
as it was going down into the corner. I didn't really see his stick wrapped around him any, and I think he's trying to talk about it, but ain't going to win.
No.
Once again, the refs are right.
Well, now we're on the kill again, and you know who's going to be out there for the St. Joe 67. He's an impressive player. He can skate well. He looks up. He's got a good shot, so we're going to have to make sure he's covered.
3. Face-off comes out to Sloan. Sloan will bring it into the Griffin zone. Stolen by the Griffins. Now look out. Hansen will push him, centered up front. Loose puck right up front. Oh, nice save by Kernigan. Seago can't get it cleared. Back behind the net it'll come. Griffins will send it up high to Sullivan. Guy to watch. Toes the blue line.
Whoa.
Oh, deflected up front. Goes off the goaltender's best friend, the post.
Best noise you can hear in hockey on defense.
Now out to neutral. Griffins will have to get onside. They'll backhand it into the Knight zone right to the stick of Seago. Seago will kick it out into the neutral. Grabbed by Sullivan down here in the Griffin zone. 8:25 remaining in the game. Forecheck by Brookfield slows it up. Now Sullivan will bring it in. Far left-hand side. Looking. Oh, nice cross-ice pass. Nice job by Lefevre breaking that shot up. Now comes out to Lefevre. Gets it cleared. Lefevre up the left-hand side. He's got some speed. Loses the puck down and goes off into the corner.
You know, Lefevre is sneaky fast, isn't he? You just don't expect it. And then he's got this little jet that goes out of nowhere.
Down into the corner. Griffons will get to it. Becker will chase. This is grabbed by the Knights, slung out into neutral zone by Ullery. Griffons have got it now at the red line. Brings it into the Knight zone. Poked away by Kernigan once again. Kicked off to the side. Nice job by Morrow. Continues to pressure that puck and can't get to it. Now the Griffons will come the other way. Slowed up by Becker, forechecked by Lefevre once again. There's those forechecks. And that kills off the penalty. Kassler's out of the box.
Why not?
Skates hard across the ice.
Huh?
In comes Candler. Shot! Sullivan! Save! Kernigan! Morrow battle for it down in the corner. Ties up one of the Griffons players. They'll sneak out with it. Shot! Saved by Kernigan once again. And another save by Kernigan. Now it'll be Bowman from behind the net. Off the boards, cleared out to neutral. This will be grabbed by Sullivan for the Griffons. Looking. Centered out front, around Bowman. Bowman recovers nicely, right to Morrow. Tried to backhand it to Sloan, now stolen by Sullivan. In the right, Ullery. Shot saved by Kernigan once again. Blocker saved by Kernigan off the shot of Sullivan. Griffons holding it in. Now they're putting the pressure to the Knights a little bit. Might need to just ice this thing. Slow this thing up, get some fresh legs out on the ice.
Desperation time.
Clear it hard. Ullery's got it, got some room, skating with it. Now Bowman's gonna clear it out, and we're gonna get some fresh legs. Just what we needed. Sloan will put some pressure on, wait for his teammates. Nice job by Barnes as he sneaks in, grabs that puck right up front. He'll take a shot. Austin will hold it. And, could have got a trip there on Barnes. They didn't call that one. Cleared off the boards, and icing will be the call. We'll face it off in the Griffin zone.
Well, I've got to go to get ready for the varsity game, but Dee Dee and Chad, this has been a treat. Anytime you guys need me, I'm happy to do so, and thank you for everything you guys do for Knights hockey. I can tell you as a fan of watching this every week after it, and I watched it last week and I was in Vegas. It was awesome, so thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us, Coach. Coach Wellenberg, guys. All right, Sloan, Barnes, Austin. Barnes will win it back. That'll come to Kassler. Tries to get it back to Barnes up front. Comes Austin, quick backhander. That's blocked by the Griffons up front. Steals the puck again. Takes a shot, goes wide right. Barnes will poke it up to Kassler. Toes the blue line, takes a shot wide left. Austin slings it back across the ice. This will be grabbed by Barnes. He'll center it up front, but nobody there for the Knights. Kassler holds it in, right to Sloan. He'll take a shot wide left of the net. Grabbed by Mason Barnes. Kicks it up high. Saw Seago up there. Seago will kick it back. This will be grabbed by Clark. Now cleared by the Griffons. Into the Knight zone, grabbed by Kassler. Up ahead, back behind Austin, grabbed by Clark once again. Oh, nice steal, forecheck by Barnes. Comes away with it, shoots. Oh, off the glove and goes wide left. Barnes is getting him some forechecks in and paying dividends as he's getting a handle on that puck. Here comes Mark for the Griffons, takes a shot wide right. Or left, I guess wide right. Sullivan for the Knights, centers it straight to Kassler. Kassler clears it. Grabbed by the Griffons. They'll come cross ice near side. Grabbed by Mark. Oop. He'll lose it. Comes right to the stick of Sullivan for the Griffons. Around Hartnett. Checked by Seago, loses the puck. Candler gets it to Hartnett. Hartnett tried to chip it out to himself into open ice, but blocked by the Griffons, and they'll dump it back into the Knight zone. 3:30 remaining in the game. Shot, shoots, and scores. Tipped off the stick of Hartnett. Right to number 32 for the Griffons. Center ice, puts it over the left shoulder of Kernigan, cuts the lead in half with 3:27 remaining. It's now Knights 2, Griffons 1. Diaz, Brookfield, Ravis to Brookfield, backhands it, trying to get it to Diaz. Stolen by Sullivan. Boy, he's getting some ice time for the Griffons out there. Down to Hansen. Wheels back around the back of the net. Can't get it cleared. Pops out middle ice. Now Diaz will backhand it just out in front of Brookfield. Now to Ullery in the Knight zone. Backhands it back out to neutral ice. This will be grabbed by Johnson. Cross ice. Nobody there for the Griffons. Hansen will step up. Grabs the puck up the right-hand side. Realizes the Knights were offside, so he'll sling it over near side Ullery. That comes back into the Knight zone. 2:30 remaining in the game. D-to-D pass comes over to Sullivan. Tipped by Ravis, over to Hansen. Hansen sends it over towards Ullery out in front of him. Now he'll chip it up the boards towards Diaz. Bounces off the boards, back to Ullery. Brookfield will come back for the puck at the red line. Now skates it into the Griffin zone. Up through the middle, back to his forehand. Gets tied up, loose puck. Now held by Ullery at the blue line. Sends it, nice, cross ice, pass shot right into the gut of Pontius. Oh, that was a pretty pass by Ullery. Way to look ahead. Got it to Brookfield. He put it right in the gut of Pontius. Face-off will be in the Griffin zone with 1:52 remaining. Candler, Morrow, Lefevre. Face-off comes to Kassler. He'll take a shot wide of the net. Comes over near side. Bowman can't hold it. Race for the puck. Kassler behind the net. Nice back check by the Griffons. Now the puck's loose, grabbed by Bowman. He can't cycle it up the boards. Griffons will hold it in the corner. Nice forecheck by Lefevre. That pass bounces, comes to Kassler. Kassler will clear it, and that's going to be an icing. Lefevre ain't that fast. So with 1:21 remaining in the game, face-off will come back to the Knight zone with the Knights leading 2-1. My son. No, he does not. I throw chopped him. So don't do that shit again. All right, timeout's over. 1:21 remaining in the game. Face-off is in the Knight zone. Morrow, Lefevre, Bowman, Candler, and Kassler. Face-off goes down in the corner to Kassler. Up the boards. Oh, battle for the puck. Nice job by Candler tying that up. Now the Griffons will try to send it up the boards. Pushed out. Now it comes to neutral. Bounces that re-entry pass off Morrow. Comes over near side. Down into the corner. Cleared by Bowman. Empty net. They're going to call it off. Sullivan will grab this one back behind the empty net. 6-on-5 skate. Sullivan up. He'll come around Lefevre through the middle. Brings it in the right-hand side. Loses the puck. Bowman tries to clear it. Now it comes to Lefevre. Can't get it cleared. Down into the corner, final 30 seconds. Nice center pass by the Griffons. Boy, they're clogging up the middle. Quick shot now off the skate of Bowman. Up front, deflected, goes wide of the net. Final 18 seconds. Now Kernaghan will jump on top of it. Oh, Kassler, be careful. I know they poked at Kernaghan, but let's not get a penalty here with a face-off in the night zone. 16 seconds remaining in the game. Empty net for the Griffons as they're trying to get this neutralizer. And the Knights have too many on the ice. Lefevre didn't realize we had 6. So C goes in there. Nice face-off win by Mason Barnes to Sloan. Oh, couldn't get it out. Now it's cleared up. They'll race for the puck. Sullivan will get there. Sloan will put a back check on. Cleared out to neutral ice. 2-1, and that's the game. Nice win by the Knights. Kernaghan looked great in net. And they're jumping all over him. Boy, that kid played his heart out. Knights, 2 goals on 17 shots. 15 saves by Pontius. Griffons with a valid rush there at the end. Ended up with 26 shots on goal. Only got 1 past Kernaghan tonight. 25 saves by Kernaghan. Nice job, young man. All right, that's the end of this one. We will be back. We are staying on this side, right? Thank God. Running a little behind. Varsity action was supposed to be at 5 o'clock, but it's hitting that now. They're going to have to clean the ice first. So about 15 minutes or so after we get the ice clear to the players and a new cleaned ice out here for the varsity. And we'll get that underway. It is the Knights and Northwest Arkansas, right? Coming up next.